I mean, if you're a Bears fan, you're thinking forward progress. Come on.
10, 219, 219.
Forward Progress, a Chicago Bears podcast with Dan Bernstein and Matt Abeticola on 312 Sports.
We have reached the Wednesday of Bears-Packers week number 2. We'll find out who gets back on the practice field. The day began for the Bears with some really good news. DeMarco Jackson, NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
Congratulations.
How cool is that?
Very cool.
7 tackles, a sack, an interception, and 2 pass breakups in the 31-3 win over Cleveland. So for a guy who was just a bottom of the roster, almost like borderline practice squatter, special teams guy, former 5th round pick, to blossom, to win a job over Noah Sewell as a starter, just he was forced in because of necessity. And God, coaches love these stories. They love telling these stories, and it's just great to see. And it really gives you confidence in a coaching staff when a guy like that can be playing the way that he is. And you know what? The fact that he's doing it without a dominant front four in front of him. To have linebackers perform this well.
Yeah.
And this is 3 now. Tremaine Edmonds was on pace for a Pro Bowl. TJ Edwards is really good when he plays. And now you got another guy here who's blossoming. And it's not like he's just cleaning up what's being left for him by a dominating front four. It's pretty solid, pretty strong.
No, it's good stuff, and it says a lot to the coaches having these guys ready to step up and play. We've talked about it all year long. When you get your reserves and even your reserves in there playing, and a guy comes up and he gets NFC Defensive Player of the Week. That's
really
a really
cool.
Really big mark. Just taking a quick look at the injury report that was out yesterday too. Andrew Billings did not practice with an illness. Luther Burden the ankle, Rome the foot. And Eamon Agbagbamiga was out with a hamstring. Those are the 4 that did not practice.
Well, it was also a projection of what they would have done had it not been a walkthrough. It's an estimation.
Yeah, because of the odd week. Yeah,
they walked.
So that's what it was for those 4 for the Packers.
How much time you got?
Well, I'm going to just mention the ones that did not practice. Josh Jacobs with a knee, ankle. Marshawn Lloyd with a calf, hamstring. Micah Parsons obviously out with that knee. Zach Tom with a back knee. Lucas Van Ness with a foot. Christian Watson, chest, shoulder. Josh
Watson
Wiley.
will be practicing, though.
He will be practicing.
We saw that note that they think he'll be back on the field in some capacity today. They said he is getting better. I don't know if they're playing games or not, but I don't know if he's playing in this game
we'll see.
or not.
We'll see when that happens. Josh Wiley with a concussion. Dontavian Wicks with an ankle did not practice, and Evan Williams, good bourbon, did not practice with a knee.
All right, and we know Micah Parsons is out.
Yes, and how that impacts. So they obviously have the opportunity to. It's very different from losing a player in the middle of a game and making those in-game adjustments. Not planning for that. They have a full week. It's still a good defensive unit. Obviously, losing Micah Parsons, no one would want that if that's your team.
Here's Jeff Hafley's chance to burnish his resume as a head coaching prospect. Show us now. What are you made of now?
Without Micah Parsons. So it's actually interesting. They were actually they blitzed less last year than they blitzed this year. So they blitzed less
Okay.
without Micah Parsons than they have been blitzing this year with Micah Parsons on their roster. So a couple things to get into. First, I want to hear some sound from Grady Jarrett. He met with the media yesterday, and I'm just going to let this play out. It's a couple minutes of Grady Jarrett. He's first asked about the rivalry, being in the rivalry, Bears-Packers, and then a couple follow-up questions to that, and we'll let this play out. So this is Grady Jarrett meeting with the media.
Experiencing from afar is different from being in it, and I can't tell you how much fun it is just to be in it, and just the respect that you give it, and how much it means to, not only the 2 programs, just the football world. You know what I'm saying? You get to see the attention that it gets from across the whole national media, but really to both fan bases, how much it means. I just can't be grateful enough to even experience it, be in the middle of it. So I definitely want to put my best foot forward so we can get on the winning end of it.
As a competitor, what is it like having a game like this in prime time, in late December, division on?
Yeah, like I said earlier, man, it's what you play football for. It's what you dream about, the opportunity to play prime time football, rivalry game, playoff implications, seeding implications. I mean, you can't stack up. You got two prime QBs, two really good defenses. I mean, you can't ask for a better moment, and I'm excited to be a part of it.
And commended the fans.
Couple more, please.
And just the impact they may have even had on you guys. What could they do for you guys Saturday nights against the Packers?
Show up and show out. Show up and show out. It need to be the loudest game we had all season. They need to rock that stadium. Soldier Field need to be shaking. And we know the chants they like to chant, and we're gonna make them happy, give them something to chant about, and we're gonna go put up a good showing for them.
When you moved here after living in a different part of the country your whole life, Did you meet anybody? Is there anybody in your life who told you off the field, "Hey, you got to beat the Packers," or anybody you bump into that kind of made you?
You know what, man? I had a academic advisor. We called him Cheech at Clemson, and he loved the Packers, man. He loved the Packers. So obviously that means he hated the Bears, but he always wanted me to go to the Packers and be like, he just loved B.J. Raji and all them guys. So he's like, yeah, Grady, man, you play the game so hard. And he's like, B.J. Raji. I say, all right, Chief, whatever. So I ended up going home. But so me playing for the Bears, now I can't wait to go out there, put that best foot forward. I'm going to give old Cheech a call and say how you like that. So so shout out to my guy, man. So I'm excited to be on this side of the rivalry, and we want to bring a dub back to Chicago.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cheech at Clemson.
You take that, Cheech.
All right. That's who they're picturing. However you want to do it, whatever you need, whatever it takes. If it's Cheech that's doing it for you, go get him.
So just listening to that, something came into my head here, and I wish I'd have pulled it up sooner, but I want to play this for you. Tell me if this is what you heard also.
Getting out while you can. Don't get a sucker no statue. Give him guts. I told you I wasn't going away. You got your shot. Now give me mine. Why don't you get the hell out of there? Shut up, old man. I ain't going nowhere.
Does he not sound like Clever Lang?
There's a little in there.
He sounds like Clever. I'm listening to it going, who is this?
Yeah, well,
he's got Clever Lang.
Well, Lawrence Theroux is from here. So he's a Chicago guy. I think he's still around here. Where's Grady from?
Let's take a look.
Yeah.
Where is...
No, that's it. Want to see a real man? I'll show you a real man. He'd be fun to hang out with. See if Mr. T's around, wants to stop by, chill with us for a while.
Grady, the quick Google search says Grady Jarrett's from the United States.
Thank you.
Thanks, Google.
Thank you very
Jesus
much.
Christ. Jesus.
Otherwise, Greg Bovino would have shipped him out already.
He's born Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay. All right. I don't know, but it also sounds like Grady's a little out of breath. It's a speech pattern.
He was a bit out of breath, and he kept wiping his brow. I think he just came from practice, obviously.
Hope.
They were like, yeah, hopefully not just walking to the podium.
Right?
That might explain something. How many steps up to that podium?
Right? Ow.
And why don't you tell all these nice folks why you've been ducking me? Politics, man. This country wants to keep me down. Keep everybody weak. They don't want a man like me to have the title because I'm not a puppet like that fool up there.
You know, you've got a big mouth, you know?
Why don't you come out and close your mouth, boy? Come on.
But apparently they didn't like each other during filming.
Oh, seriously?
Yeah.
Like that. So shout out to my guy, man. So I'm excited to be on this side of the rivalry, and we want to bring a dub back to Chicago.
Yeah, I think if he was doing that tone with a little more anger, like deliberate
I don't know.
anger,
I'd
it might
have
sound
to,
like Clubber.
I'd have to think about that. Just as far as the voice quality. I don't know. I'd like to hear him like in a game yelling at teammates and stuff. Then it would come out.
Get that more sound, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. So yeah, a little bit from Grady Jarrett. But one thing I wanted to ask you.
Yes.
Looking about this game, evaluating this game, second game of the season for Bears Packers.
Uh-huh.
We know the implications that this has for the team.
Yes.
We know that a win doesn't guarantee a playoff spot. Other things need to happen. They're not at that point where they control their full destiny yet.
Well, they do they do control it.
They do, but you get a win.
They don't need help to get in the playoffs yet.
You still need a Detroit loss
for
or
this
tie
week.
for this weekend.
Yes.
Right. So you could win and still not get in.
Correct.
Not have a guaranteed spot.
Correct.
Which that's going to make my anxiety go up a bit.
All right.
Okay. Now, we know the playoff implications for the team itself, but I wanted to look at Caleb Williams alone.
Mm-hmm.
What could this game mean for Caleb Williams on an individual performance level? Like, what are the implications, the ramifications, the positive consequences for Caleb Williams in this game?
It'd be rocket fuel for him,
right?
If he rises to this occasion and this platform, this opportunity under these lights on Saturday night with everybody watching, and he has one of his best games and is a win because of guy, that's really it. If the Bears win the game and it's clear they win in large part because of Caleb Williams, it will be eventually looked at. Should he reach his own personal goals and should he reach the highest levels of his potential, this will be looked at one of those moments of solidification, of validation. Absolutely. This will be a career definer potentially.
Yeah, I agree with you 100% on that. No, it's not
I don't think
something...
I'm overstating
I
it,
don't think you are at all, because it's all set up for that.
You're 10-4.
Now, it doesn't mean that he goes on from this game, if he plays well, to be the best quarterback or perfect quarterback week after week. That doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean if he performs poorly that they still can't go on and win or make the playoffs or eventually win a Super Bowl with he as the starting quarterback.
Yeah, but if he's the
reason why, because what this does, what did he experience all of last year? What was all the narrative of last year?
He was running for his life, and while there were some good plays here or there and clearly had all the talent, there wasn't enough around him or enough protection to allow him to work his magic.
And then the narrative of him being the number one pick, and in comparison to Jaden Daniels, what did we hear all of last year?
They picked the wrong guy.
Picked the wrong guy. Look what Jaden Daniels did with his team. Look at Jaden Daniels here. Look at his Jaden Daniels numbers. It was a comparison, and I get it. I understand why. You're picked 1-2. That's going to happen. But he was compared to Jaden Daniels. He's going to be compared to Jordan Love moving forward for the rest of their careers, as long as they're in the NFC North
and
together.
Drake May and Bo Nix.
Right. That's going to happen. But looking at our division only, he and Jordan Love are going to be talked about and compared.
Mm-hmm.
Look what Jordan Love did in that win.
And Love got the better of him last time.
He did. So this would be a huge step for Caleb Williams if he's the win because of guy in that conversation, in those comparisons, moving forward. That, yeah, Caleb does belong in this class. Caleb does belong in that conversation with Jordan Love.
I do think a lot of it has to do with, should the Bears win, eventually, how does the season end? Does it end with them making the NFC Championship? There will be multiple points of more important games, but this is a big one. This is a big one for it's the biggest one we've had yet.
Yes.
There's no question. I think it's completely fair to say this is the most significant career-defining game he will have played yet in his young career.
Yeah, and if they win Saturday and they don't clinch a spot yet Saturday, then the next biggest game will be the 49ers game.
Of course.
And we'll see what impact that has on Week 18 and that Lions game. Hopefully the Lions game is meaningless. Hopefully it's set, and it's set in stone what the playoff picture looks like before they go into that Lions game. Because I mean that just for me personally, I don't need that for Week 18. I don't need anything.
You don't need a nail biter?
I don't need anything hanging in the balance going into a Lions game in Week 18.
I agree that it would be nice to just sort of sit back and say, all right, let's get everything in order. Let's get some guys healthy.
Yeah.
Let's be in a position to optimize our roster if you're the Bears. And yeah, I don't need that aggravation in my life.
I don't need that anxiety with it.
Right.
And now looking at what Caleb will be facing in this Green Bay game, and The Green Bay blitz rate for this year, Dan, is they're 21%, which is 28th in the NFL.
Okay.
So we know that they're not going to blitz him a lot. They're going to have a lot of guys in coverage. They're going to try to take up a lot of space.
Although we don't know that.
Well, no, we don't know that.
We don't know it because
given what their trends have been through 14 games.
But those are trends with Micah Parsons.
Right. So we'll see.
We don't know at all.
But we also know that they blitzed last year less than they're blitzing this year, and last year they didn't have Micah Parsons.
The key's in the tape. Like what you're doing now is you're finding Halfley tape without Parsons and whatever you can find. What does he like to do in the absence of a single dominating pass rusher?
And here's what's interesting with Micah Parsons. So this year, when they would blitz, even though they were one of the lowest blitzing teams in the NFL, their pressure rate was second best in the NFL when they do blitz. So when they may not blitz often, but when they do, it's very effective.
Well, you know how I feel. I am on the record stating ideally you want your quarterback to be blitzed because it tells you that they don't think they can get home with their front four.
Yep.
And it's going to leave opportunities for your quarterback to be ahead of the game, to recognize who the blitzer is, to check to the proper call. Once he recognizes that, there's 42. 42's coming. I know it, and I may be able to tell my teammates that I know he's coming without alerting the other team so they don't call it off. Because some of the devil's in the details here.
Yeah.
About once you can it and whether you've said, if you say out loud 42 is coming, or maybe there's a dummy point where you're pointing to the guy opposite him, but that's telling your teammates you know that this guy's coming instead, and they don't call it off. And then you've got your guy, and you know who's open. That's where I want it to be. I want them to invite it. I want Caleb Williams to lick his chops when he knows that blitz is coming, because he knows there's a one-on-one. He knows somebody's going to be hot and open.
So they blitzed last year at a rate of 17%, which was 31st in the league. They're blitzing this year at a rate of 21%, 28th in the NFL. The Packers do have 13 takeaways, which is pretty low for their defense. Very strong defense, but not a whole lot of takeaways. Dan, they are a league best at 10% missed tackle rate against running backs.
And they force a lot of missed tackles against their running backs.
So that's a league best. They're eighth against the run in allowing 100 yards a game.
Okay.
Now, when the Bears played 2 weeks ago, Monangai and Swift ran for 120 yards. So they got better than their average. Okay. Looking at the Bears running backs in this last game, they played the Packers. Swift averaged 4.8 yards per carry, Monangai 4.1. Monangai had a long of 9. Swift had a long of 8. So they're not going to give up a lot of big run plays. They're not going to miss a lot of tackles on your running backs. They're the best in the league at it. They allow 3.8 yards per carry. That's third in the NFL. They allow 6.3 yards per attempt on the pass plays. That's third best in the NFL. So they're not giving up a lot of big plays. Their passing defense, 20-plus passing yards plays. They have 34. 34 explosive plays in the passing game, which is fourth best in the NFL. So this is going to be an opportunity for Caleb Williams, and they do allow 20.1 points per game, which is eighth best in the league. The Bears did score 21 last time, so right there at that average. So this is setting up for a lot of opportunities for Caleb Williams to play a really smart game, to play in control, to know what's happening pre-snap, to make the right calls pre-snap.
Yes. That's the next level. That's what we keep assessing with every performance. It's not about the final numbers all the time.
Right.
How is he playing the position? Where is he in his where a quarterback should have natural advantages? And I think we both noted from the last game and the last couple of games, his cadences are getting significantly better.
Yep.
He got a free play. Last game, he drew a neutral zone infraction. That's one step, being comfortable with the cadence. Now we got to see it in the hand manipulation, the sleight of hand, the ability to sell fakes. He's never really had to do this before as a quarterback, and now he's got to do it at the highest level for the most important reasons. And then being able to stand there at the line, read everything as you're barking out your signals, and know where you're going with it.
So it's more, and it's not about being a game manager. I don't like that term for being a game manager. That just means that you're not imparting your own ability on the game itself.
Don't manage the game. Win the game.
Caleb Williams has the skill set to impact the game with his own abilities. So it's not about being a game manager. It's about being in control.
Mm-hmm.
And it's about knowing what's presented in front of you and being able to take advantage of it. It's a really good opportunity for Caleb to continue this development and to show even more because the opportunities will be there. The Packers can stop the run. They're not going to miss tackles. You're not going to get a ton of yards rushing against them per play. Now, again, they got 120 last week or 2 weeks ago. They average 100, so they were better there.
Mm-hmm.
But a long of 9, a long of 8, they're not going to have those opportunities there. So Caleb has to take advantage of what he's going to see pre-snap to be comfortable, to be confident, to know what's there, make the right calls, and to impact his own skills and ability on this game to lead the Bears to the victory.
Do you have at your fingertips a tracker of explosive plays? Because that is a stat. Explosives are pass plays of 20 or more and run plays of 10 or more. Are the Bears trending upward in explosive plays? And because that's the thing about when you look at percentages and yards per play and all that, really the way Johnson measures his offense are the number of times he can grab giant chunks of yards.
So in the passing game, this is offense passing 20-plus yards.
Mm-hmm.
The Rams are number 1 at 57. The Bears are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10th in the league at 47.
All right, top third.
So they're top third, but you remember they were higher up earlier in the year. They were actually leading the league at one point in explosive plays. So they've dropped a little bit. Other teams have added more to it. But from 47 to 57, it's not like they're the Saints who have 20. You know, and then looking at the rushing game, let's see if they have 10 plus. So they don't show 10 plus here on NFL.com. They show 20 plus.
I'm just curious, and I'm sorry for making you do that
that's
on
fine.
the fly here.
But the Bears have 10 plays of 20 yards or more in the rushing game. Okay, so those would be, so they don't have 10 plus, but they have 20. So they have 10, and that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9th best in the league.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Sounds like it should be good. And a lot of teams pile those up against lesser defenses. The Bears have faced plenty of those. But I know that that's how they look at their offense. Every play should have an opportunity to be explosive. And there are some where, especially early in the year, when you can look at the all-22s and say, well, he could have thrown it here. Or we've looked at DeAndre Swift in the past and said, oh, if only he'd seen this lane. Swift is doing much better at that.
Yeah.
Swift is finding and seeing some of these holes in a way that looks more impressive to me than at any other time as a Bear.
His game, DeAndre Swift, his game has stepped up from the start of this season to where it is now at a level I didn't think he would achieve.
I'm with you.
His like you just mentioned, his vision and his ability to cut back or cut out when needed has been really impressive. I didn't think he still had that gear or level in him.
Let me add to what you're saying about this opportunity for Caleb Williams and this point to cement himself at a certain level of quarterbacking with a win because of performance. When I look at the Bears injury report, and I can feel comfortably dubious, if that's a term, that Rome Odunze is going to be available or effective, and more frightened actually, frankly, right now about Luther Burden because of the way he's playing than I am about Odunze. Let's say they're both out, as we were talking yesterday.
Yep.
We were looking at Maurice Alexander and J.P. Peterson, the practice squad guys. We'll see if anybody gets elevated Thursday or Friday. And then having Devin Duvernay, having Jade Walker, DJ Moore, and I might be missing one. These outside of the tight ends.
Yeah.
The other opportunity here is for Ben Johnson to say, all right, okay, here's what I got. Watch me scheme some stuff up here. We were talking about their bully formation the other day, the stuff he had from the Greg Roman or the old Mike Ditka, Ed Hughes Eagle formation with the 2 tight ends in the backfield, that full house inverted wishbone that is referred to as reptile. And they practiced all that in training camp. What else is there? And if he says, okay, I'm down wideouts, time to bring out something else that we don't even know what it is. We don't know what was installed in camp. They say, hey, guys, remember this? This could be a chance for Johnson to say, I was ready for this. That's why we put this in training camp, knowing that we could get to a game in December where we're missing wideouts. So we've got a plan to use. We have a way to get explosive plays. We have a way to take advantage in the passing offense, to scheme up certain routes without our top wide receiving talent, with the exception of DJ Moore. That's what I'm waiting to see, too, because then it's yet another piece of evidence that suggests you've got somebody who is ahead of his counterpart, who's ready for the next thing, and said, I don't care who's out there. That's the famous Bum Phillips line from coaching. He can take yourn, beat his'n, he can take his'n, beat yourn. How you can translate that from the deep Texas. And I think Johnson could be one of those guys, and this might be a week in which he proves it. It might be his chance to say, I don't need Rome Odunze. I don't need Luther Burden. I got enough right here. I've got enough guys who have uniform numbers in the 80s that I can get them open. Our stuff can get them open.
Yeah, and that's another level of growth that I want to see from this offense, is the ability to have Caleb hit guys in stride and make yards after catch. That's going to be big. If you look at the just the NFC right now, I didn't do a full NFL dive, just the NFC.
Mm-hmm.
The Bears' leader in yards after catch outside of running backs,
Burden, right?
is Luther Burden.
Yeah.
And he's like 20th in the NFC among wide receivers and tight ends. That needs to improve. And then Rome is slightly behind him, DJ slightly behind Rome, but that's not high enough.
That tells you the offense isn't clicking yet, because it's based on middle of the field, get guys into open areas where they can run without a lot of clutter around them in space.
Yeah, it says a lot about the offense, or it says you're playing the Bengals, one of the two.
And you don't really need to throw ever. But if you are, well, actually, that was the one that they won the game because Colston Loveland was able to break away after the catch. Yes,
because 3 guys bounced off it.
Yes, I think though that when this thing's humming, when it's really doing what it's supposed to do, you've got enough time for fast guys to be running deep, in-breaking routes that allow them to catch in the middle of the field and have all the different places to run away. Ideally, the ball placement improves.
Yeah,
that you're not throwing on this shoulder, you're leading toward that open space and getting them there on the run, and I'm hopeful it will.
It was funny, a lot of the comments this week, when we talked a lot about Cole Kmet catching and falling, and last week he caught and ran.
He did.
And then he finally got hurt. He got hurt because of it, and so people were all
but he didn't rumble.
No, he didn't. No, he doesn't rumble, either does Colson Loveland.
You were mad about the description by
I wasn't
Kevin
mad,
Kugler.
But it stood out that it was not a correct adjective to describe Colson Loveland.
It is why I texted you Monday night.
Because that dude rumbles.
Darnell Washington,
yes,
the former Georgia vending machine, who's a tight end, he caught the ball. He's 300-some pounds.
Yeah.
And it was Joe Buck. I was like, rumbling into, there you go.
That works.
That is proper application of rumbling.
I was looking at also some tackles here because we brought that up too, talking about the Packers. So I mentioned the Packers at a 10% missed tackle rate versus running backs, which is number 1 in the league. That's impressive. You know the answer to this. What team has the most missed tackles?
The Bengals.
Do you know what their lead right now is in that stat?
Over the next worst.
Yes.
Is this by total tackles or by percentage?
It's by total tackles.
Oh, God. So here's give me the Bengals number.
146.
That sounds like a lot. That's 10 a game?
Yeah.
You have 10 statistically designated missed tackles per game?
Per game.
Okay, I'd say the next one is under 100.
Okay, so there are 1, 2, 3, 4 over 100. The next closest, though, and this is surprising to me too, given the head coach, is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Huh.
At 113.
Okay.
But the Bengals are 33.
That's a lot.
And they're on a pace to break a record as a team for most missed tackles.
That's a lot.
The Steelers 113, the Colts 111, the Las Vegas Raiders 110, the Commanders 103. Do you have a guess?
Yes.
Now, we talked about the Packers. We talked about them going into the game, coming out of that game as well, too, that they don't miss tackles.
Mm-hmm.
Can you guess the number of missed tackles that separates the Packers and your Chicago Bears?
For you to ask that, my guess is it is a statistically insignificant number.
It is.
5.
It's 2.
Okay.
It's 2. I was surprised to see it that close. The Bears have 74 missed tackles. The Packers have 72.
While you have that in front of you,
Yes,
can I
sir.
just do this as a personal eye test check?
Sure.
And I don't have it in front of me. I'm just curious. This is just based on my eye test, and I don't see every game. But when I have watched the Patriots and their ability to make contact meaningful, it seems to
So
me like
you don't have this in front of you. You're not bullshitting me, right?
you can come right or walk around and look at my screen.
Okay, because I'm just going to tell you right now, you are correct. They are number one
Really?
in the NFL
I didn't know
in missed tackles.
I was going to say definitely in the top 10% or top quarter, because they look like they wrap up, they grab your foot, other guys come in there. And I know that the Texans, as far as swarming to the ball, the Texans look like a hornet's nest. They look like a hornet's nest getting on like an invader. Especially in those like uniforms, they get all scary looking and moving around. They swarm noticeably. So I think they're probably good as well. But the Patriots to me have always looked like they move with intent defensively.
And this is on ProFootballReference.com, their advanced defensive metrics. The New England Patriots are number 1 in the league in missed tackles at 53. The Bengals have 146.
3 times as many.
And
That's
the
incredible.
Patriots have 53. And then
They missed
next,
3 a game. That's maybe 3.5 a game.
Then you go to the Chiefs at 62, the Lions at 63, the Rams at 64, the Titans, believe it or not, are 68, the Bills at 69, the Niners 71, the Broncos also 71. Then you get to the Packers at 72, the Giants at 73, the Bears at 74.
That's surprising. The Giants
It is
are that
surprising.
high.
Yeah.
That's
The
a bad
Titans
defense.
surprised me too.
Okay, good. I'm
No, it's a good eye. Good catch on your part. Yeah, they are number 1, and it's almost 10 away from the next best team.
I
So
wonder
it's pretty
how
good.
much that's a culture thing too. Because
There's been a lot of talk about it about my half brother Mike Vrabel.
He's a good coach.
When he went in, there was several starters that had remained from the previous regime that on the defense side of the football that he got rid of. They were starters previous, and he got rid of them. They didn't fit what he wanted to do.
And they've got several starters who were cut by other teams.
Right, that they've picked up and are now playing.
They just made better. They're just getting better performance out of. They're making them matter more. When other teams like, I don't need this guy on my roster at all.
At all, yeah.
At all. Not a special teams guy. We don't need him here. And Vrabel has picked up guys, and they're starters on a good team.
Well, I mean, look what the Bears have done too. DeMarco Jackson's a guy. Nashawn Wright is a guy.
Yeah.
CJ GJ is a guy that, again, that's just, man, that is beyond house money, whatever the next term is there.
No, it is. It's meaningful.
The Patriots, though, how about that game? So they're up 21-0 on the Bills, and they end up losing that game. I got a really good buddy of mine I used to work with out in Massachusetts, and he huge Patriots fan, and we text at every NFL Sunday.
Is he a masshole?
He is not a masshole. He's a really good dude.
Okay,
one of the best guys I've known. He's actually in the Navy, and he was a fighter pilot, And his
no wonder you love him.
Oh yeah, that's my guy. When I learned that,
Does he have a call sign?
he does. It's the best. It was Boob.
That was his call sign?
His call sign was Boob. Yeah. It was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, my buddy Rob Byron, he's just a fantastic
Do you know
person.
what did he fly? FA-18 Hornets,
You don't have to
perhaps?
ask him. I can't remember what he flew.
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was.
Hey, can you tell me another story?
Oh, dude, yeah.
Did you snap towels?
When
in
I
the
learned
locker
that, he
room?
probably regretted being friends with me. Yeah. Did you ever bite at the air in front of somebody? Did you ever tell anyone they could be your wingman?
Did you play shirtless volleyball?
With jeans on? Jeans on.
Did you go to the bar and play piano?
So, Boob and I, we
Did you
text.
play Great Balls of Fire?
And we're like, throughout this whole year, we've been texting about, let's see if they can meet up in the Super Bowl, Bears Patriots again. And so we texted the other day, and it was 21-3, 21-0.
Uh-oh.
And I'm like, oh man, look at this. I didn't text back though. I couldn't. I love him too much to give him shit about
Another
it.
Bears Patriots Super Bowl though.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Drake May, Caleb Williams.
Oh, would that be good?
Well, let's get past Saturday first.
Well, also, did you notice on the field last week the pigeons?
Yeah, were they low, or is it just look
They were
that
on the
way?
field.
Okay, so when they were
They were
swooping,
taking off.
Were they helping the block?
Okay, so there were several things that I was noticing. The pictures, you could see them away from the play, and it happens all the time at Wrigley with the gulls.
Yes.
Sometimes pigeons too, but there are times a year where the gulls would come in and they come swooping across right in front of the center field camera, and they look like pterodactyls as you're looking at the pitcher's back, and all of a sudden, I don't know why they'd sound like a red-tailed hawk, but they come through. And people were wondering about what would happen if the pigeons became involved. Because theoretically, they could.
Yeah.
They could deflect a pass, or they could get in the vision of somebody.
Just ask Randy Johnson.
Well, I'm so glad. And meanwhile, have you seen Randy Johnson's logo for his photography company?
Is it like an exploded bird?
It's like an upside down bird
really?
with X's for
What
eyes.
do you, he has a photography company?
He's a photographer.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, he's super into like sports photography.
Really?
That's his thing now. You'll see him sometimes. Like you can't miss him. You see this giant 6'10" guy with a Fu Manchu mustache and a mullet at games. He is a professional photographer.
Huh.
And the logo's great. So thankfully, in his mailbag in the Trib, Brad Biggs answered this question. The question says, what does the NFL rule book say happens if a pass happens to strike something on the field of play, perhaps a pigeon, during a game? It says incomplete pass, replay the down, or a secret third thing. So Brad Biggs did the research.
Yeah.
It says, fortunately, the pesky pigeons, or whatever type of annoying birds that decided to hang out of the field during a portion of Sunday's game, I think they were pigeons, could have been doves, didn't get that involved in the action. They weren't bothered by the players on the field. Digging through the NFL rules, it appears that if a thrown or kicked ball happens to strike a bird, the play would be ruled dead and the down would be replayed.
So that's actually in the NFL rules.
While the rules don't specifically account for unwelcome flying visitors. Here it is.
Okay.
I'm going to read you the rule. This is Rule 7, Section 2, Article 1R.
Oh, I thought it was 1S.
I know,
1R,
right?
1R,
It's okay. Do you have it in front of you?
Yeah.
You don't have it open in front of you?
No.
Okay. If a loose ball in play strikes a video board, guide wire, sky cam, or any other object,
like a bird,
the ball will be dead immediately and the down will be replayed at the previous spot. In the event the down is replayed, the game clock will be reset to the time remaining when the snap occurred. The clock will start on the snap. All penalties will be disregarded, except for personal fouls or unsportsmanlike conduct fouls, which will be administered prior to the replaying of the down. So, Big says a bird would be lumped under other object.
Yep.
The play would be reviewable. I don't remember anything like we've had issues with the giant scoreboard in
Wait, what do you mean
Dallas.
the play would be reviewable? If it hits a bird, what's their review?
Whether or
You
not
just
it hit the bird.
Oh, well, I mean, if you can clearly tell, they would just replay it.
Right, but if the bird is, could you imagine what You'd be looking
Somebody
at the
throws it off slightly, doesn't stop the ball in movement.
Right, or
you could review the play.
But he has to strike it.
Yeah.
So by this rule, what I'm thinking is, what if a guy's running with the ball in the open field, except there are birds ahead of him, and he's got to, if they don't touch him,
yeah,
and he has to make his way around the birds, or somebody's trying to catch a pass, and a bird flies in front of his face, doesn't touch anything, but prevents him from catching the ball because it takes his eyes off the ball or blinds him to the moment of the catch.
It sounds like too bad.
That sounds like too bad.
Yeah.
So what's the move? Oh, it's Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. Junior, remember when Sean Connery takes his parasol?
Oh yeah, and he gets the birds to fly.
Yeah, and he gets, and the plane ends up getting covered in gulls and crashing into the mountain. See?
So suggesting we do that?
I don't know. How can you make the birds an advantage?
You know how you prevent that? Domed stadium.
Theoretically,
yes.
There's birds in the parking garage every once in a while.
Yeah, it's weird.
There's a roof in the parking garage. I see birds down there.
You see a bird like inside a Target or something. It's just it's weird.
That's probably awesome for the bird.
Yeah, probably.
There's no predators in there, and you get plenty of food, right?
Well, you don't think they're like shopping, do you?
No. They're not buying stuff.
Oh, okay.
But there's all kinds. It's a grocery store.
It's a cool logo, the Randy Johnson logo.
Yeah, it is. Isn't
it's
it?
neat. I didn't know he was a photographer. That's very cool.
Yeah, I need something to do.
What a great transition in life for he.
I guess. I mean, I guess he always liked doing it, and he's very serious about it. And
I wonder if he does nudes
of himself.
Just sets the camera up on a timer.
He didn't, his nickname is well earned. Big Unit is for a reason.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah, you did.
Well, I knew that was his nickname. I just thought
yeah.
he
Why
was
do you
tall.
think? Why do you think they call him that?
I don't know, because he had a monster schlong.
Yeah, yes. I was thinking of doing that for our top 10. In truth, I wasn't going to tell you this because for the second time around, where we're doing top 10 Packers.
Oh, you were going to do guys with big wieners?
I was going to do Peckers.
Oh, the top 10 Packers.
I was going to reveal it at the end.
Would he?
I was going to do my whole list famously. And then you'd say, like, what are you doing? And I would say, oh, I thought it was Packers.
What we're going to do, though,
mind.
for Friday's episode of DBU, since we've done top 10 Packers, we're going to do the bottom 10 Packers of all time.
Actual Green Bay Packers.
Actual Green Bay Packers. The bottom 10 Green Bay Packers of all time.
Yep.
That'll be fun.
For whatever reason.
Yeah, anything you want. Anything you want to do with it. That'll be your call.
And I do think that in some of the biographical information, we are going to be able to go to some fun places.
I hope so.
So I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I know.
Alrighty then.
All right. Well, I guess you're good?
I'm good.
Well, you just gave me a sigh like I disappointed you.
Oh no, you never disappoint me.
That's
so
not
we're
true.
good. It was a sigh of like now I'm looking for the close.
That's what
because
you
try to sneak it in on me and I'm never ready.
Are you ready?
No. Yes.
And he's ready now. And that is Forward Progress on 312 Sports.
10, 219, 219.
Forward Progress. A Chicago Bears podcast with Dan Bernstein and Matt Abaticola on 312 Sports.